Another day, another absolutely gargantuan gaming acquisition, this time being perpetrated by Sony instead of Microsoft. We just finally came to terms with the fact that Microsoft now is going to own Activision Blizzard after spending nearly $70 billion to purchase that massive gaming company. Not that long ago, they spent over $7 billion to buy Bethesda. Well, now Sony is getting their beaks wet, so to speak. As being reported by Jason Schreier, Sony is buying Bungie, the maker of Destiny, and this little game called Halo. And it looks like $3.6 billion is going to be the price for this purchase. Now, obviously, everybody knows who Bungie is. They're the people that I just jokingly said they made Halo. And without Halo, Xbox probably dies an untimely early death. Halo's what made the Xbox. And after, years and years have gone by now, it's just crazy that Bungie is going to be part of Sony, right? And this is all such a tangled web that has been weaved, because once upon a time, Bungie was part of Activision. And before that, they were owned by Microsoft. And this is an interesting follow-up tweet here, that in 2007, Bungie spun off from Microsoft. 2019, they spun off from Activision. And then today, they weren't able to be met in person. They weren't able to meet in person to have this meeting. They all found out on a Teams call, because that's the world we live in. And as he says, this is not them being sad about the acquisition. This is just the state of the world in 2022. But Bungie's been passed around a lot over the last couple of decades, and it's just absolutely mind-boggling that now Sony owns the company that started Halo, the company that allowed Microsoft's Xbox really to exist and thrive. Now, I do want to make it abundantly clear that Sony does not now own Halo. Obviously, Halo was passed off to 343, and that is still a Microsoft property, right? So Halo has nothing to do with this other than historically speaking. As of late, what Bungie has made their hay with has been Destiny and Destiny 2. Now, $3.6 billion effectively for a company that's only made Destiny for the last several years is a little bit crazy to me. So it makes me wonder, how much money has Destiny been pulling in terms of revenue over the last few years? And then let's think about this. What is to come down the line? I don't think Sony buys Bungie just for Destiny. I think that they know, look, Destiny's obviously, they've made a second game and it's kind of trickled off. Something new is on the horizon. Bungie's going to be working on something else. They're probably working on a few different things. This is a rather large team, and obviously they are fully capable of creating whatever they want to create. And at that point, it's going to be on Sony hardware. Now, Destiny and Destiny 2 are not going anywhere. Much like what we've talked about with Microsoft stuff, Destiny's not going to suddenly get pulled off of Steam, pulled off of Xbox, and going to be PlayStation exclusive. It will remain where it is. And if they continue to support it, that support will also land on these other platforms. But you have to wonder what's next for a team with as many accolades and as much talent as Bungie. And you also have to wonder when these talks began. Is this something that dates back a long time? Did this start? Hey, maybe they see them, Microsoft buy Bethesda, and Sony says, we gotta shore something up. We gotta make a splash too. We have to do something. Did the Bethesda purchase influence this? I think the Activision purchase, unless Sony had heard murmurings months back, probably didn't influence, but who knows? Maybe it did. Maybe Sony was aware in some way that these talks were taking place and they felt like they needed to do something as well. Sony has many studios that they already own. Microsoft now has more because they bought Activision Blizzard and they had a ton of studios. So maybe it did influence it. Maybe Sony knew this was coming and they felt like they needed to get a quadruple A studio to add to their roster of talented studios. This is all fascinating. And what's more fascinating to me is that a $3.6 billion acquisition no longer sounds like it's that crazy. It's like, yeah, that's pretty big, I guess, but it's no Bethesda, it's no Activision. What a wild, crazy world we live in. As more news breaks, I will bring it to you. Stay tuned for more content just like this. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.